What's going on, everybody? This is Enemy MCLA. Today I am with TallyFTW to discuss where we would place each Call of Duty in this tier maker. So on the left side we have S rank as the best, and following it is A, C130, then Bearable, then Disgusting, and then MW3 Clans in 2020. We're going to be discussing how the game was when we first played it. Most likely in its prime. I did play some of these a little bit late after its prime, and also how they are now, because we've done so many races and I've done Road to Commanders for all of these games. And yeah, we're just going to discuss how the games play, what the players are like, what the connection is it easy to find lobbies. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And leave a comment in the comment section below if you disagree with any of this, and maybe you can send me some of your own tier makers on my Twitter, which should be at the bottom here if you can see that, at Enemy MCLA. So without further ado, let's get started here. How you doing, Tally?
I'm doing all right. Nothing really too crazy has happened today, so
Good.
definitely intrigued to do this, and I say we just get right into it.
All right, so starting with COD 4, we're just gonna pass COD 1 to 3 because Call of Duty really started picking up at COD 4, so there's not really much of a discussion for the first three. So COD 4, how do you feel about COD 4?
I didn't exactly play it in its prime. I played it back in 2010, so Modern Warfare 2's prime. But even then, I'd still probably put in the AC 130 category if I had to pick.
Yeah, I think I started playing it in 2013. I remember I was getting pretty bored of MW3, and I was picking up some of the older Call of Duties like Call of Duty 4 and World at War, because I never played those in its prime. And so back then when I played Call of Duty 4, I think I actually enjoyed World at War a little bit more. COD 4 seemed to be a little bit more campy, and the tryhards really blossomed in that game. If there were any, most of the time there were just a lot of noobs because it was like 6 years after the release. But there were still some diehard fans of COD 4. I haven't really played it now, but I know it is very difficult to find a lobby. I have tried to find a lobby, but I've been waiting like 15-30 minutes, maybe an hour to try to find one, and I just can't. Talking on like the Xbox 360 version, I'm not too sure about PS3. Personally, I would place it at bearable. People might fight me for that, but for me, I just had a better experience in World at War, so I wouldn't want to place them in the same category. So yeah, it's kind of between bearable and AC 130 for me. So
Yeah, and like the main reason I put it in AC 130 is just because of the fact that like it basically is a reason like pretty much any of these CODs are made, just because it was such a groundbreaking game at the time. And even then, like you could argue that maybe the M16 was just incredibly broken, or the fact that like the perk balancing maybe wasn't that good with like Last Stand and Martyrdom. But I still think the game was fun to play, and that's the main thing I looked at. So that's why I have it in the AC 130, and I don't have it in bearable just because I think there's other games that are more deserving of that spot than that one.
yeah, and the difference between COD 3 and COD 4 is like
Night and day.
yeah, the biggest difference between any other Call of Duty, even more than like Black Ops 4 and like Modern Warfare together, coming out like back to back years. So yeah, I can agree with you for AC 130. This is going to be like a joint opinion, so we're not going to have it both in AC 130 and bearable. So we'll have to come up with an agreement from the both of us. So World at War is next. Personally, for me, in 2020, it is still playable. Do you exactly want to play it? Probably not. It's really hard to find lobbies. Even, or should I say, like more unique lobbies. Um, Back in like 2013, as I mentioned when I first played this, it kind of felt the same as 2020 now. I bet there was more players playing it back then, but it kind of just kind of felt like the same old after a couple hours of gameplay. You'll run into a lot of the same players a lot, and but I do appreciate the kill streaks more in this game than Call of Duty 4. I'd much prefer getting dogs than a helicopter in COD 4. And I
But
think
you appreciate an artillery more than an airstrike?
okay, I appreciate dogs more than everything. All right, I love my dogs.
Okay.
So, and also the whole World War II feel to it, or the setting, intrigued me a lot more than Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So, I would place this in AC 130.
Yeah, no, I don't really disagree with that. I would also put it in the AC category just because of like balancing wise, like the MP40 was easily the best gun in the game. Like everyone used it.
Yeah.
And then like the maps, I thought like at least the maps that launched with the game, I thought a lot of them were really good. And for some reason, like I don't know what it was with World at War, but I found the sniping in that game to be a lot of fun compared to a lot of other ones. Like
Mhm.
using a gun like the Springfield or the PTRS for some reason felt really satisfying. And it could be just because of the fact that a lot of the maps are like really big and have a lot of long sightlines, and that also the fact that you can even hit a shot with some of the lag that you can get in that game can also be kind of considered satisfying. But that's mainly why I would put that also in the AC 130 category.
Yeah, there's a couple things that are preventing me from putting World at War in the best. One is the terrible hit detection. I don't know how it was back in its prime, but in 2020 it is god awful. The fact that the DLC maps come into rotation with normal maps is also a huge problem,
Mm-hmm.
because if someone does not have the DLC maps and the next map after a vote to skip is a DLC map and it's like you're forced to play it, it'll kick anyone that doesn't have that map. So that's also a huge problem. I don't know if that was the deal with COD 4. Was it? Would you know?
I don't believe so. I think really World of War is the only COD that had that issue.
Yeah, it's really weird to me. So yeah, AC 130 seems to be the best spot for it. So moving on, Modern Warfare 2 easily, can we both agree, the best?
Uh, mm,
Oh, I think it's
it's
the best.
I'd say it's for me it's an AC 130 or bearable for me.
Really?
Like obviously it's iconic because it's when like I started playing COD, so I have like a bunch of fond memories. But there was just so much shit in that game that was annoying to go against. Like obviously you can go on and on about women army noob tubes and all that, but like let me think here. We got Painkiller, Last Stand, Martyrdom, Final Stand, even the snipers with Sleight of Hand Pro were ridiculous. Most of the guns could kill you in like one or two shots, and then it's the UMP 45. Um, Even some of the maps too. Like I know like there's some really iconic ones, but like Derail sucked. Trying to think of some other really bad ones. I didn't really like Karachi a whole lot.
Yeah, Karachi wasn't the best.
It's just like if you're going off of nostalgia sake, I would say it's an AC 130 category. But if we're talking like um, ever since then, I'd say it's probably unbearable just because there's just so many noob tubers in the game. Like even in its prime, like towards the end, it got really, really bad. So that's why I am kind of torn between the two. But mm, I think on a realistic sense, I put it in bearable.
For me, I did start playing Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 2. Um, Yeah, I absolutely love this game. I know there's a lot of bullshit, like you mentioned, the tubes, painkiller, last stand, final stand. This game was the game that introduced death streaks, but it also introduced um, a lot of variety for kill streaks, and I think that's what really puts it in the best for me was the variety with kill streaks. The nuke was definitely a game changer. Like
Hmm.
really something for people to go for. I think what kind of bored me in Call of Duty 4 and World at War was that kind of all the games just felt the same with just the 3, 5, 7 kill streaks. But with MW2, you could really switch it up, and there's a lot of different things with the perks. They introduced pro perks as well, and that was fun to go for, like for those challenges, and uh, fun with the variety of the perks as well. There's a lot of new different ones. Um, but yeah, I also had a lot of fun. I think I had the most fun in private matches uh, in MW2 out of all the Call of Duties. Playing like Michael Myers and Cops and Robbers with my friends back in the day, and just classic 1v1 sniping, or really just quick scoping on Rust. That was a lot of fun. Also, Search and Destroy back in its prime was a whole tons of fun, going for ninja diffuses and stuff like that. Not really trying hard, but when it was time to try hard and like domination, going for nukes, that was also quite the time itself. Having like a 6 man of my real life friends, that was a whole new experience to me because all my friends had an Xbox 360. I was the only one that had a PS3. So once I got that 360 and hopped on MW2, that was just like mind fucking blown. This was just a complete different kind of gaming experience for me. Uh, so if you're leaning towards AC-130 and bearable, and I'm seeing the best, I think we should put it right at AC-130.
Okay.
So, uh, Black Ops 1.
Probably been the best.
Yep. No,
No debate.
no debate. Yeah.
No debate at all. Like, even like nostalgia's sake, and even going back to it, I still have fun playing it.
Hmm.
Like, obviously, there's issues with the game, like ghosts and second chance and questionable hit detection and all that. But like, I personally believe that this game, like out of a lot of other Call of Duties, actually required a lot more gun skill, in my experience, because I do believe that in Black Ops in particular, if you are a good player, you're going to be able to dominate any lobby, or like most lobbies you get into if you're running up against a bunch of guys that are like just 1 KDs or 0.9 KDs. Like, the difference in skill gap is pretty remarkable. And even just running like Blackbird, Chopper, and Dogs, like that's an iconic setup. Like, that's one of my favorite setups of all time. And even if I were to do like just the lower streaks, like Spy Plane, Counter Spy Plane, and Napalm, that's still kind of fun to use as well. And then the maps, like Fire Range, Summit, Nuketown, obviously, Jungle is a really fun one. Um, yeah, it's easily my favorite multiplayer COD of all time.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of bad maps in this game. A couple come to mind for me is just, can we agree that Crisis is the worst Black Ops map?
Yeah, I could argue that Crisis is the worst. I can't really complain with that, other than like maybe Array. It's like
Yeah,
those two.
yeah. I was gonna say like Crisis is the worst, and then Array is second worst. But really, other than that, all the other maps are I have no problems with, and it also has some of the most iconic maps like Nuketown, Firing Range, Summit. Um, those are like the three go-to for that game. Uh, Black Ops in 2020, it seems to be a lot harder to find lobbies. I know me and Tally have tried to find some lobbies a few times since our raise to Commander and can't really find any. But this game in its prime, ooh, I think I got this game maybe a day or two after launch. I was really excited for this game after hearing about it, and I I was known in the little Black Ops community, Search and Destroy community. of being that spawn tomahawker. Man, I would get so much spawn tomahawks and spawn ballistic knives and spawn noob tubes, direct impact in S&D. And I know there's some challenges from like Zir Grizz. You haven't heard that name in a while, and like this other fellow named Blade Master. They would have challenges of like setting up camera spikes on a bomb for search and destroy, and when you catch someone defusing it on your camera spike, they would like find the craziest like ricochet and bounce. Uh, so you would like throw it and it would bounce off like 3 walls and like hit the floor and hit the guy, and it just show like a crazy game winning kill cam for search and destroy. So I went for like a lot of those. I did play a lot of search. For other game modes, I played a lot of demolition, actually, just getting a spawn trap. I wasn't the best player, but I would occasionally run like high streaks like Blackbird. Wait, you can't do dogs and gun. Oh, yeah, Blackbird, chopper gun, or dogs. I don't know why I choked up a little bit. Sometimes I switch between gunship and dogs, so it could be Blackbird, chopper gunner, and gunship. But yeah, it seemed like a lot of the guns were very well balanced too. We can all agree that FAMAS and AK-74U definitely reign supreme. But other than that, like everything else was very well balanced. You could use any gun. You could beat FAMAS and AK-74 users with like with the Enfield or something, you know. So yeah, you did need a lot of skill to play in pubs, in Call of Duty Black Ops. But yeah, my fondest memories are just playing Search and Destroy and getting spawn tomahawks. I even have like a secret third channel. It's not really a secret anymore. I fucking mention it every day. That I posted very early videos of getting spawn tomahawks and spawn whatever, and I've hit at least one on every map, even DLC maps. I think I've only hit like literally one on Berlin Wall, but everything else I have like at least a dozen. That was just my gig back in Black Ops. So yeah, no disagreement. It's definitely the best. So MW3 in its prime, where would you rank that?
Kind of like a Modern Warfare 2 in the same thing with like AC-130 and Bearable, but I know you're gonna obviously put it in the best.
It's a joint opinion, so
it's
a discussion for a reason.
Obviously, Modern Warfare 3 was Specialist. Like, you can't get any other feeling of being like an absolute badass or just being like an absolute juggernaut than having every single perk.
It totally changed the game.
It did, and even then, like people could argue that like the streaks weren't like the actual support streaks and assault streaks were kind of hit or miss. I mean, obviously with support you had
stealth
UAVs, stealth bombers, EMPs, recon drones, ballistic vests, and then an assault. Some of them were kind of useless, but even then you could still rock like Predator missile, AH6 Overwatch, Pablo, or AC-130, or even the Reaper. The maps themselves, like I do think there's a few pretty good ones. Like just off the top of my head, you got like Dome, Bootleg, Resistance is another one. Yeah. I'm blanking on some of our names because I'm doing this all off the top of my head.
Hard Hat.
Hard Hat is one.
Mission for me.
I'm here or there of Mission. Like sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not so fun. I think Village is a good map, but other people may disagree with that.
Yeah.
But obviously, why it could also be bearable, even is just because of like I said, with support streaks, Dead Man's Hand and Final Stand is really annoying. The lag comp in its prime was also pretty bad at times. It still can be. Even just some of the perks themselves, like Saber Pro, we can all agree is busted. I think that perk is like when you have it equipped, it's just so easy to play the game. And then with Recon on top of that, with Assassin or even like, oof, it can be very annoying to go against people like that. But in its prime, when less people were doing that, it was definitely a lot more enjoyable for sure. So I'm torn again, like AC-130 and then bearable. And by the way, you spelled bearable wrong. I think I mentioned that before we recorded it, but
Did I?
yeah, it's BEAR and then able.
Really? No,
Yeah,
for real? Because that
for
would
real.
that would be like the animal bear.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. I thought I mentioned that before we recorded, but oh well.
Like that? Wait.
I took out the E, the second E anyway. There.
Oh,
That is apparently how you spell bearable.
okay.
Um,
Interesting.
Back on
um,
track.
yeah. So MW3 for me in its prime, totally. I would just like no questions asked, put it in the best. But recently now, I would really just put it in disgusting. Um, there's just so many toxic players. I think out of all the Call of Duties that are out, it definitely has the most toxic player base, uh, toxic community. It just seems like there's just so much drama with the people who still play this, and yeah, they're always just trying to moab each other and just talk shit, and I don't know. It's just that's kind of one of the hidden reasons why I don't really play anymore. It's just very very toxic.
I
I
don't know if
haven't.
it's a hidden reason. It's just a reason.
It is just a reason, yeah. I haven't really revealed why I don't really play this, but there'll be a video out soon, just talking about that more. But anyways, back on track. Yeah, in its prime, MW3 was my most played game. To this date, I like have over 5,000 Moabs. Definitely more Moabs than all the other kind of bombs or nuke kill streaks I have in other games, like combined times like 100. I've spent so much time on MW3. It's easily my most favorite Call of Duty. I can't wait for like a remaster. I know it's not gonna happen for years, but I'm just waiting for that day. Grind the shit out of it again. But yeah, specialist was a huge deal. I ran more specialist than assault and support, but those support kill streaks, if you run some of those right, they can be like they can just like totally destroy a lobby, a team. If you have a couple people just running like UAV best only, so after 4 or 5 kills, you just have another set of UAV vests that can really help out the tryhards of your team. Um, I really hate people who run stealth bomber. I still don't understand why that's a support streak. Um, I guess you're gonna make the argument it's like, oh, it's clearing people out of like an objective or something. Still, it still should be an assault streak. It's kind of I really wish that they made a patch back in the day to like just move that over to assault, but nope, still never happened. And people are still running stealth bombers in 2020. Imagine that. But for like tryhard class setups or perk setups like recon, assassin, sitrep, I feel like people didn't really do that until like a few years ago. I know back in its prime, like really no one used recon, or at least not that I remember. I never really remember complaining about someone running recon, and like abusing it with flashbangs. People have always run assassins, so but like with sitrep, I think once the patch came out or the update came out where sitrep counters dead silence, so you could actually hear them. People started running that a lot more often. But in the last few years, or from the game in its prime till maybe 2016, 2017, you never really saw anyone run like recon, assassin, sitrep, and just abuse flashbangs and I don't know, just really try hard with the ACR with that class. Yeah, I feel like every year this game's just getting a lot more toxic. And another reason why I would put it in disgusting nowadays is because it is like almost impossible to find a lobby. There are people playing, but the servers are so broken that it doesn't match people together. So that's also another reason why I don't play this game, because I'm just I'm waiting more than actually playing. So um, so there's that reason. But in its prime, this game was top tier, no doubt about it. Even the death streaks didn't really change my opinion on that. Yeah, some of them are kind of annoying, like Final Stand and Dead Man's Hand. But as long as you had like Specialist Bonus and Blast Shield, that actually did save you from Dead Man's Hand. It put you to like one shot, but it did save you from Dead Man's Hand. So that was a little bit of a counter. Um, yeah, this game was just the best for me. So, so you said AC-130 unbearable, so
Yeah,
we can put an AC-130.
it's getting a little cramped up there though. That's the thing. Now we're on BO2, right?
Yeah, BO2
That's unbearable for me.
for your opinion for like in its prime.
Yeah, bearable.
Oh, really?
Just because, like, I mean, I thought it was gonna be a lot better, personally. Like, obviously, they took away a lot of BS from previous CODs, like no death streaks, no second chance, or anything like that.
Yeah.
But this game is where skill-based matchmaking in its prime really started to become an issue. Like, I don't understand what caused it. I think it might have been the, I guess, increase in competitive COD. But if you were trying to go for gameplays or anything like that, you pretty much had to have like a reverse boosted account if you really want to get the high-end gameplays.
Right.
And then guys were like purposely getting like PS3s just to have shitty accounts and then play BO2, PS3 and get 200 pluses.
Oh wow.
Like you can do a bunch of stuff. And then if you were talking like even nowadays, it would be in disgusting or even in the very last tier just because of all the hackers. But bearable for me just because like I said, I thought it was gonna be a lot better. Skill-based matchmaking is an issue. Like even some of the guns too. I didn't really think any of them were like really overly like iconic, except for maybe like I don't know the MSMC. I still think is really fun to use from time to time. The Scorpion, just because of how fast it shot. Some of the maps I know are pretty good. Like still trying to think off the top of my head a lot of these things. Like
Raid.
Standoff is one, Raid is one.
Even Nuketown 2025 was
yeah,
good.
and I haven't even gotten to the Target Finder LMGs yet. Like,
oh gosh.
that's another thing to bring up too. Like, those were a big problem back then too.
And still now.
Yeah, but with more players back then, oh man, it could get pretty bad.
Yeah.
So that's why I have it in bearable. I know a lot of people say it's like a top 5 COD or their favorite Call of Duty, and I can understand why. But me personally, there's just a few too many things that make me kind of not be so enthusiastic about it. But I will give him credit for at least trying to change things up, especially like with score streaks instead of kill streaks.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good idea.
And the pick 10 system.
As I don't mind it. Like I guess for the longevity of COD, it made more sense to go that way. I guess I was too used to the way it was beforehand.
Yeah, I kind of meant that as them changing it up.
Yeah,
not really.
True.
I would have preferred it to not be that, but yeah, it was something different.
And then even with like adding in modes that have become staples now, like Hardpoint. Hardpoint was very fun to play back then. And even like multi-team, like it could be toxic at times back in its prime, just because like a lot of tryhards were in it, and then there would be guys that would purposely have shitty looking accounts and then just go into tryhards games and then just fuck them up. Like that was a big problem, which might be one of the reasons why they don't have multi-team anymore. But yeah, that's why I have it in bearable myself.
For me in its prime, I would put it in AC-130. I did grind this game out a lot. I did legitimately get diamond camos for everything, even the special secondaries like the riot shield and the crossbow. And was the ballistic knife counted as a special? And that. So I got diamond camos for everything, even pistols, and that was a lot of fun to grind out. And thinking about it now, after we did the race to commander with Jake, I only got one gold gun, and to get diamond camo, you need to get all the assault rifle gold and all the submachine gun gold. So it must have taken me quite a bit of time, but I do remember finishing it up maybe like around January or February of like a few months after the game actually came out. So I think I did it relatively quick. Back for, what was I, like 17-year-old enemy MCLA or something like that. But with the controller, as well. I didn't just aimbot with a mouse to get those headshots. The pick 10 system I wasn't really a fan of. I feel like there was too much customization. I know I could have just made it like a traditional class with like, you know, lethal, tactical, 3 perks and this and that. I could have just kept it normal and how I feel it should be, but I feel like there's just a little bit too much customization. I kind of wish there were some restrictions of what you could do, like having 6 perks or having like 4 or 5 attachments on a gun or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
So, and also speaking about attachments, yeah, the target finder nowadays is still a problem. Like with doing that whole race of commander, it seemed like anyone had good aim or killed you from a distance was probably someone using a target finder
Or hacking.
Yeah, or hacking. But if they were legit, it was probably a target finder LMG or something. So I had like absolutely no recoil. It's really stupid.
Never even mentioned the snipers and the shotguns and how much they annoyed me back then.
Oh yeah, the shotguns were like good, but they were annoying. Same as the snipers, good but annoying. I think I really dreaded doing the snipers back in the day to get diamond, because I've never really been a sniper. But yeah, I wouldn't quite put it in the best. I think having it next to Black Ops 1 would kind of tarnish Black Ops 1's name.
Yeah.
I think it's fine in being unbearable. There were issues in this game, such as the attachments and some of the toxic players, and especially now, I would put it in disgusting. Even though I had a lot of fun doing the race to commander, it was like so tiring. Yeah, it was so tiring to like avoid hackers and backing out when there was a hacker. But
and like we finally get into a groove and everything, and it'd be like, oh, there's a hacker, and then just ruin everything.
Yeah, or we get into a groove and oh, my game froze. But
Yeah,
that's probably just Tally or Jake's Xbox. But anyways, so we'll put it in bearable. I'm fine with that. Even though I would rather have an AC-130. But moving on to Ghosts, can we agree?
Clans in 2020. That's where it should go.
I don't know about that. I would put it in disgusting.
I would put it in the very bottom. I don't like that game at all. Like, you can't move. You legitimately can't move at all in pubs. Like, if I were to do like game battles and do S&D or anything like that, it was fine. Like, it was somewhat enjoyable, but like, oh my god, the thermal sight LMGs, the fact that everyone blended into the map so easily, the footsteps, how fast you melted. Oh my god, the maps themselves in general are so bad. UAVs weren't even working properly because of SATCOMs. Oh, there's just so much bad with that game.
Yeah, Ghost was definitely the turning point of Call of Duty going downhill. I think Black Ops 2 was like the peak of it being good. And then Ghost came out and it was just like this shit game, and then followed with Advanced Warfare, and then Black Ops 3 kind of revived it a little bit. And then
Infinite later. Don't worry.
Okay.
Get ahead of yourself.
And then
talking about support streaks like in Modern Warfare 3, like you thought they couldn't get any worse, and then they come out with the fucking support squad mate, and then the fucking Oracle, which is like a wall hack. Like, oh man, it's not a fun game. And then IEDs, oh my god, you can't see those things, and then you're just disintegrated as soon as you hear it go off.
And the million perks in the game.
Yes.
And the even more confusing creative class in this game than Black Ops 2.
Man.
Yeah, even during my road to Commander recently, I had to have Tally on my stream guiding me on how these perks work and what's the most optimal way of getting specialists with like the least amount of kills. Just like there's just so many perks. The specialist setup was really confusing. I think for the most part, guns weren't really an issue. I know people really love the Honey Badger because it came with a silencer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the thermal, it was like thermal LMGs, right?
Yeah, thermal M27s, I believe.
Yeah,
If I remember
gosh.
correctly.
Actually, to be honest, like my opinion has changed on this game playing it during my Road to Commander than when I played it, I think, when this come out, like 2014? No,
2013, 14.
Yeah, 2013, 14. I think I picked it up like a year late because Black Ops
I had
2.
it on day one.
Oh, really? Because Black Ops
Yeah.
2 was like the last Call of Duty I was actually excited for. And then, yeah, it was kind of like the next year, oh, Call of Duty Ghosts, oh, cool. And then I was just like, the fuck is this? I don't know. It just like, I wasn't excited for it at all. So I picked it up like a year or two late. And back then, I actually really hated this game. I kind of just grinded it out until I got to Prestige 1 and got one Chem Strike, and then I dropped it for years until I did this Road to Commander. But this Road to Commander was actually pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed myself. There was some bullshit, especially getting knifed or killed off a few Chem Strikes, like literally like one off a Chem Strike, like I think 2 or 3 times. It was quite the experience, but I did definitely have a lot more fun in Ghosts in 2020 back than I think 2016 when I actually purchased it, so, or 2015. Yeah, IEDs is a huge deal. Really hate running into those and not knowing what's going on and just instantly I'm dead because of basically an overpowered bouncing Betty on the floor. So yeah, it's disgusting. Game's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, and that's why I would put it in the very bottom. But it's
Yeah.
joint, so we'll go with disgusting.
All right, Advanced Warfare.
That should be in the bottom.
I
That should
got,
just, yeah.
yeah,
Its own separate category. I love it.
yeah. There we go.
Okay, then you can put Ghost in the Clans 2020.
Advanced Warfare sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, this is even worse than MW3 Clans in 2020. This was the most infuriating Road to Commander / Race to Commander I've ever done. I don't think there's ever been another race that had both of us raging at the same time.
Maybe BO4 at one point, maybe.
And BO3 at one point, but that's a little bit of a spoiler. But this had us both raging at the same time for hours. It was a time. It was quite
it was
a time.
something.
And yeah, it really seemed like not a lot of people enjoyed this game. There's not really that many people playing this game anymore. Even for it being a next gen Call of Duty. Yeah, there's not really much to say. The guns were fine, I guess. I didn't really use much of a variety, but
yeah,
there wasn't really seemed to be one gun that everybody used. Maybe
probably the Bow. That was about it.
Yeah,
and then the SM1 in its prime too. I'll tell you a little story about the first time I played it. So it was back when I was still in Carnage. I forget exactly who I was playing with, but it was like either a full 6-man or a 4-man team. And we got the game. We're like, holy shit, this game's actually kind of fun. We put our first game, we all do well. Second game on, and we're like, there's something wrong with our games? Like, why did it get so difficult all of a sudden? Like, it got really bad. And then
that was like a race.
And exactly. And then, like, eventually over time, people were figuring out, like, oh my god, skill-based matchmaking is even worse than BO2.
Yeah.
And like, oh no, what are we going to do? Because, like, I think, what was it? Because there was, like, a Day Zero edition. And everyone was struggling. Everyone was having such a hard time. And then I got a DNA bomb, like, the official release date. So it didn't take me too long to get one. but it was so infuriating to get one.
I still
And
haven't
then
gotten one.
eventually, then people are starting to gain like all these DNAs. It's like hardcore was a problem at first because everyone it was a noob in hardcore, and all of a sudden people were getting doubles and triples. You're like, where is this all coming from? And then people actually had it like modded specific like 0.00 KD accounts just to get the worst possible lobbies. I had one too. Like I definitely won't deny that. Like that's how I got all my gameplays.
Wow.
And like you would get all these ridiculous gameplays after that because everyone wanted to get like the easiest lobbies possible. So like doubles were like they were a thing for like a week or two, and then triples became like the main thing. And then I think there might be a quad at some point. I don't know how early into the lifespan of the game, but yeah, it was the only way to play the game was having a modded account. Like it was that bad because just normal like regular account, normal stats, not fun. I hated that game because like as much as I won't say anything about BO3. I had some moments where I may have said some things that were a little over the top, but Advanced Warfare, like, oh man, the jetpacking in this game in particular, like, it can be fun at times because you can just go wherever you want because you had unlimited movement speed and all that. But some of the stuff people could do was just so stupid. Like, oh man, yeah, I'm just getting some like flashbacks too of like some of the stuff in the RTC. It's not pretty right now.
Yeah.
And I definitely did not enjoy this game in its prime. I did not enjoy it after its launch. And as soon as we finished the RTC, I don't remember if you kept it in or not, but I immediately deleted it from my PlayStation. Like I just want no part of it. It was infuriating.
Yeah, I did not buy this game in its prime, or even years after. I think I first purchased it in 2019, believe it or not. I think I only purchased it because I went to go do a playing every Call of Duty in one stream, and I think that was the one and only Call of Duty I didn't have, just because I had no desire to ever play it. The jetpacking in that game is pretty fast paced. I do appreciate in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare that it's a little bit more controlled. But in Advanced Warfare, there was like a set speed. If you just boosted forward, or if you just jumped, you're going sky high. But in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, you can control it a lot better. So Advanced Warfare was just a little bit too fast for me in a way, even though some players sure love to play this game very slowly, which is very ironic because theoretically this should be the fastest paced Call of Duty. But yeah, Advanced Warfare sucks. So Black Ops 3. So a little bit of a spoiler. No episodes have been released yet, I don't believe, if I have this up in time. But me and Tally have just recently completed a Black Ops 3 Race to Commander. So how'd you feel about that?
Put it in disgusting. Just put it right there. It's not in 2020, but it's right there in disgusting for me.
Do you really think it shares the same spot as Ghosts?
Well, Ghosts should be in the 2020 spot if we're putting it as like a category above Advanced Warfare. So that's why I put BO3 in disgusting. The problem I have with BO3, among many things, I don't like any of the maps. The maps are really bad in that game. It had the worst Nuketown, which is like the most iconic map in COD.
That's true.
The gun balance, like it's fine. I'll give it that. Like I mentioned that, guns shoot fast. They don't do a lot of damage. If they shoot slow, they do a lot of damage, but they have recoil issues and all that. I just did not get like a whole lot of fun playing it. Maybe it was also just because like I just didn't have the right setup or anything like that, or just because I was losing. I don't know.
Spoiler.
Like, I mean, yeah, spoilers and shit. I don't know. Like, I again probably was also thinking like, oh, this is gonna be another good game. Like, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 is the best, obviously, and Black Ops 2 is all right. And then this came out. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, why do I have these specialist characters? Why do I have all these different things in the game that I don't want? Why am I swimming in a Call of Duty game? Like, There's just so many stupid things.
Why am I swimming and why am I flying in a Black Ops?
Yes, exactly. And
And why am I wall running?
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else was an issue. I think that's mainly it. Just like again, the maps, the specialist characters, the way people even play, um, the fact that even on Xbox for some reason there's a specific glitch where like you can have all attachments on your guns but also still have 6 perks. I don't know why that's a thing and never got fixed. And the brecci as well is really annoying. Like basically game breaking to an extent if you have it in the right hands.
Yeah.
So that's why I have it in disgusting.
All right. Since you said all that, I do agree. Okay, Ghost is MW3 clients in 2020, and yeah, it also doesn't feel right to have BO3 next to BO2. So yeah,
Yep.
I'll agree with disgusting. The first time I played it was also in 2019. I had to purchase this for the stream that I had. Playing all of the Call of Duties. So I don't have a lot of experience. I guess technically I'd be at Prestige 2 since I did a solo RTC and then this Race to Commander with Tally. So I have about like close to a day played, but it's not it's not a lot to like formulate the best opinion. But or what am I trying to say? Like, there's still a lot for me to learn in the game. I haven't used all the guns. I haven't seen how toxic players can be. We did run into some toxic players, but I'm sure people who have played this game for days and days or weeks or months can definitely talk more about toxic players in BO3 than I can. But Tally really hit all the points. I don't really have much to add, but I think I had a little bit more fun in BO3 than Tally did, especially because I have a mouse and keyboard, and that's totally hacks OP in a jetpacking game, especially with how much you actually jump and slide. It really helped me out a lot. So yeah, but for a joint opinion, disgusting seems about right because it doesn't seem right to have it next to BO2 and Bearable. So, Infinite Warfare. So this game we actually did not do a race commander, but I did with Renell MK. And to be honest, I really enjoyed Infinite Warfare. At least after its prime. In its prime, I only played for like 45 minutes just to check it out. I really only purchased it because I wanted COD 4 Remastered. And I really did not enjoy it. I really did not enjoy it. That was my first experience in a jetpacking game because I did not have Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 before Infinite Warfare. So this was my first experience with a jetpacking game, and yeah, it was. Oh man,
It's right there with Ghost, in my opinion. It's
yeah,
right there.
yeah. I had troubles with it, but with this Race to Commander with Renell MK, I definitely got a hang. Wait, that didn't make any sense. I definitely got what am I trying to say? I definitely got better at the game, and I can't really say a lot about the guns. I did really stick to like 2 or 3 different guns, notably the NV4 and the K bar. Is that what's called?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really bad with like new gen Call of Duty gun names. Um, but yeah, I definitely got a lot better with the whole jetpacking scheme, especially with like wall running and controlling the jumps and not panicking while I'm in a gunfight. Really, the best tip I can give you all when you're in a gunfight in a jetpacking game is as soon as you see somebody, either just like slide or just jump up in the air, and for sure you'll like melt them. I feel like some people still have not adjusted to some jetpacking pods where it's not that they're either running at you or left and right or whatever, they can just fly over you. So For me, I would either I would actually put it in either bearable or disgusting. But yeah, but then looking at it, I'm like Infinite Warfare next to BO2, so yeah, I'll probably put it in disgusting because I'm still not really a fan of jetpacking CODs.
Yeah, playing that game in its prime is not fun. I did not have a good time with that game at all. I mainly just used the NV4. Every other gun in the game, in my opinion, sucked. Like there just wasn't a whole lot of like good balancing. It's either you had the NV4 or I think it was the Titan was the RLMG.
Oh yeah, that's a
Like
good gun
one of
too.
those two, and then every other gun just sucked. The maps were terrible. Getting a de-atomizer was okay, but like you need to get a specific variant, which
Yeah,
most of them were all, if not all of them, were supply drops.
I
So
was I was about to mention that like it's such a grind to just get the nuke, just because of the whole variant thing to actually get the nuke. I was not a fan of that.
yeah, um, yeah. So that's why I have it in disgusting, or even more appropriately, you know, MW3 clans in 2020, because it could be really toxic at times, especially with a bunch of really dumb special abilities. Like who came up with the idea of what was it? A black hole gun was one of them, I think. Another one was the fact that you can be in like in different dimensions or something like that, or in a different like you can be like invisible, but also like in a different part of the game, like time wise. It was really weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, and then I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Like there was what was it? The claw,
Oh yeah,
the
that
like
that was kind
little
of
machine gun that could like shoot at like 2,000 rounds a second.
OP.
Um, yeah, no, not a fan. Not a fan of that game at all. If that game did not like ever get made, I would be, you know, probably in a better spot because I just despise that game to say the least. And I only got the game for Modern Warfare Remastered, which might as well go into that right now.
Oh, hold on, hold
Um,
on, hold on. I
okay.
I got a couple of things to add for Infinite Warfare. So again, as I mentioned, since I never got BO3 till last year, Infinite Warfare was the introduction for me for specialist abilities and weapons. And yeah, I was really not a fan of that. But with the race and playing it a little bit more often, uh, I really only stick to one or two specialist abilities. Um, Mostly just like rewind because it can really save you when you're in a sticky situation, and it also gives you like max ammunition or however your class was when you were to spawn in when you die or something. So it basically also acts like a almost like a one-man army or a scavenger if you're like low on ammo. So I don't know. I would put it in disgusting because I still think Ghost is would be worse than Infinite Warfare.
Okay.
You're fine with disgusting?
I am fine with disgusting.
All right. So yeah. So as you mentioned, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered.
It goes in bearable for me.
Bearable? Yeah, I would put it in
Just
bearable.
it's like it's the exact same game for the most part, but you know the players they adapted a lot more. It plays a lot slower, I think, than even the OG COD 4. Um, the fact that they had to add in DLC weapons or just supply drop weapons was kind of a letdown. But they had to keep the game fresh somehow for newer players, so I understand that. And it's just fine. Like I don't think there's anything else really to add other than the things we already said for COD 4.
Yeah, it was a lot faster to rank up in the remastered version of COD 4. I was pretty disappointed in the DLC weapons that didn't really feel like true COD 4. I know they have to make money somehow with supply drops. I would have just been fine with like all different reticles or camos, something that didn't really change the game, but uh, new guns can really change how a Call of Duty plays. So, um, yeah, so I'll put it down in bearable, even though it is easier to rank up in prestige than OG COD 4. But yeah, the difference is that COD 4 was revolutionary and remastered kind of just felt like They needed to put something out because Infinite Warfare sucks. So
Yeah,
I feel like they predicted, oh shit, third
it's like
jetpacking game in a row. We need to put out COD for remastered, or no one's
the
gonna buy
best way I
that
can
game.
describe Modern Warfare Remastered is like you think of COD 4 as like your favorite band in their prime, and you love all the stuff that they put out then, and then Modern Warfare remasters them on like a reunion tour. It's
Yeah,
just not the same.
yeah. So we're back on boots on the ground for a new Call of Duty World War II. How do you feel
This
about
is a
that?
weird one because when the game first came out, it was easily like disgusting. It's easily in that category off the start when it first came
I
out,
agree.
and then the overall happened, and then all of a sudden it became a lot more playable. Like I'm
I
trying to
would
think.
I would
Like
put it in
it's
bearable.
not. Yeah, bearable's fine because it's not as bad as BO3 and Infinite Warfare. But on the same point, like, is it the same as BO2? I don't know, but like, it's just kind of in the average area. Like,
Yeah,
especially when we did the RTC and when we did throwback playlist, like the game went by so fast. Like everything was just on easy mode, which I liked.
yeah,
Um, and then playing even like a game mode like War, which is just completely different from really any other game mode that was in COD previously. That was a lot of fun to play. Um, I just kind of thought everything was just kind of, you know, average for the most part. I mean, the maps, a lot of them are kind of forgettable and they're pretty generic with the setup layouts of them, but it's not not completely terrible, I should say. And it's not anywhere near the best. It's just kind of like right generic smack in the middle. I don't
yeah.
know how you
Like,
feel about it.
yeah, just average. When the game first came out, I did play a lot of free for all, and that's seems kind of weird because I've never really considered myself like a free for all person, but for whatever reason, I just played the best in World War II in FFA. Um, in team game modes, like even just team deathmatch or domination, I don't know why, but I just play like straight ass. I
There
don't
was
know.
also a really thick skill-based matchmaking in that game. I'll give
Yeah.
it that.
So in FFA, I don't know. I just dominated that game mode. I would have had like a lot more V2 rockets if you just had the V2 rocket unlocked right off the bat. I would have had maybe 10 in FFA. But yeah, I didn't have all the classes or whatever prestige. So I did drop the game. I think around New Year's, and then I just again went back to MW3. But I didn't really catch it when the huge overhaul happened. Actually, I didn't even really know about it because I didn't really keep up with Call of Duty. I just kept playing my MW3. But yeah, this race was a lot of fun. They did bring back quite a few things like old perks from previous Infinity Ward titles, such as well, I guess the Modern Warfare series, like Stopping Power and Juggernaut and stuff. So that it changed it a little bit, and I think even like Commando, right, and like
Yeah, Commando was in there.
and Martyrdom, right?
Martin was in there. Double Tap was in there. I think Frag times 3 was in there as well. There might have
Yes.
been one more, but that's mainly what it was.
Yeah. It kind of with the whole overhaul thing, it kind of just felt like an MW3, but just in older times. In
Okay.
like, yeah, obviously set in the World War II era. So
Hmm.
I wouldn't say it was as good as MW3, but it was the game closest to MW3 than anything that came after MW3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you
It
mean.
was the closest game to it. Because after MW3 there was like Ghosts, and that did not feel like MW3, and then just a trio of jetpacking games. So it was good to finally have a new boots on the ground, and yeah, I fairly enjoyed it. But again, kind of just like a meh average game.
And then we do a complete 180, go to BO4.
Oh gosh. I
Uh,
MW3 Clans in 2020.
yeah, I don't really disagree with that. I found that in this game in particular, the toxicity was really bad in the prime.
Yeah.
So much sliding around, so many just weird ass gunfights. The specialist abilities were just the worst. The maps I didn't think were that good either. DLC weapons up the ass, and then the VMP. Oh god, not a good game. I guess like since Modern Warfare came out, like you could even argue it may even be pushed to disgusting. But if we're talking mainly like Prime in particular, it's definitely in the toxicity category of MW3 clans in 2020.
Mm-hmm. I think I actually did buy this in its prime. I don't know why. Actually, I really forget the reason why I bought it in its prime. I think I might have bought it like a month or something after it came out. I really can't remember. But I just remember thinking this is the shittiest like Black Ops I've ever played. Like now that I think about it, I think I even got this game. Oh no, okay, never mind. So I got Black Ops 3 in like October of 2019. So yeah, I would have just gotten this game like right after, I guess. Yeah, so it just seemed like with every Black Ops, it just got worse and worse and worse. Obviously BO1 being the best and BO2 being not as good, and then yeah, the jetpacking BO3, and then this game with the whole new healing system, and yeah, I think that really was like a game changer. Some people loved it, some people just think it's really stupid, like how I do. Because like after a gunfight, if you're if you're damaged and you lost some bullets, you gotta reload, you gotta hide, you gotta heal, and it's like, oh my god, like if you were to encounter like 2 or 3 people, you're like, and they're all looking at you, you're like, you're fucking dead. Like rarely you'll get like a double kill or triple kill unless they're all just blind as hell or just not looking at you. Seemed like the time to kill in this game was very, very long. I think the longest in any Black Ops, in my opinion.
Yeah, it didn't help that base health was 150, and then you can get up to 200.
Yeah,
That didn't really help it. I also completely forgot about when they added Zero into the game.
oh, I didn't even know that was a later addition.
It was a later edition. Oh man, it sucked. And then even early on in the game, like whoever came up with Torque, I hope they either got demoted or let go, because that is easily the worst specialist out of any COD. I hate Torque with a passion.
Which one was that?
Torque is the one with the razor wire and the microwavable shield.
Oh, that's fuck. Oh, I remember that guy during the race. That was fucking stupid.
Oh man, it was the worst. And then the fact that Ruin could have a grapple hook and a gravity slam.
Oh yeah,
that was also really bad. Obviously Prophet with his little secret drone and his fucking Tempest.
yeah. I think we mostly just stuck to Crash during our
Crash
race.
was probably the best one because it gave you, I think, a lot more points. It gave you basically full ammo with also additional score.
Yeah,
and then you can heal other people.
Like, it was clutch. Crash is definitely the best.
Yeah, Crash is really, really good.
Especially when you're like in need of getting some score, when you're like a few off your next kill streak.
Yeah.
You just heal everybody or put down assault pack and just get a little bit extra score with that, and it was just clutch.
It could be funny though at times in our RTC where it's like one of us pops the health boost and then we pop it like immediately after and didn't even notice.
Yeah, that did happen a few times, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played Blackout, or I mean, I think I played it once with Tally. We played one game, and I was just like, "This is kind of stupid." I would definitely think Modern Warfare, Warzone is a lot better.
It is, and that doesn't mean that the multiplayer is good.
Yeah. So yeah. So MW3 Clans in 2020 is for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I think people are pretty toxic in this game.
They are.
I feel like this is the game where people really started like shooting your body, or maybe that's just the people I know.
Yeah, there was a lot more, I guess, aggression being put out, and understandably so, just because of all the bullshit in that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could get pretty annoying at times when people think they're good and they start shooting your body, and it's like, I'm sorry, are you using the VMP or
Yeah.
using Profit? I'm sorry, am I missing something here?
Yeah, shooting someone's body is like the new teabag.
Yeah,
I usually joke about like that's the new gen teabag. It's just to shoot people's bodies.
yeah,
Um,
it is.
but yeah, I don't really have a lot of experience in Black Ops 4. I think this is a Call of Duty. This is the Black Ops where I have the least amount of time played. I think I actually have more in Black Ops 3 than Black Ops 4 now. So moving on, got the last game here, and
We're making a separate category for that too.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna name this one. Whoops, if I can even do
You
it.
can do it.
Oh yeah, why am I going over there? Okay, so we got this new Battlefield category here, and
That's it. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse than that.
okay, the game plays like Battlefield, at least Ground War.
Yeah,
It's like they literally just saw Battlefield and it was like, all right, let's just make that our new Ground War game mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and let's call it a day. Let's just have a huge copy and paste.
yeah,
Like everything about it just looks like Battlefield. It's like a mix of Battlefield. Here, I got a good one here. Battle Brain Field 6.
you're trying.
Oh no.
Oh man, Where to begin with this one? Where to begin?
The
Uh,
multiplayer was terrible.
it's
The
terrible.
beta, the alpha or beta that came out was just so shitty.
Yep.
I knew it was going to be a terrible Call of Duty with just that beta.
Yeah, oof. I think this game was like when you talk about some of the older CODs where it's like obviously I got COD 4 World of War like in the multiplayer I got it in a little bit later. But like you're looking at like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, BO2, like basically up until like World War 2, I was buying like every COD like day one.
Mhm.
And then BO4 came out and I kind of hesitated on because I really didn't like the beta. And then when Modern Warfare came out, like I didn't buy this game until like oh god, probably like January, February, somewhere around there. I got it really late because the beta and the alpha was just so bad. Like I was not having it. And then playing it even after I bought it, I still felt like I got ripped off and wanted to take it back. Because like the multiplayer itself is just not good. The only thing that saves it is Warzone, which even then, like there was a time where like hackers were just unbelievably annoying. Like I would say for like a month or two, and probably for some people, it's still to this day, they can find a hacker in their games like every game or every other game, and it could just be very frustrating. Um, so that's why I say like Modern Warfare is probably the absolute worst. Um, the way it's slowed down compared to even like just BO4. Like BO4 is like a completely different like type of game compared to Modern Warfare with how slow it is. Like
Yeah.
you can't move. No one does move anyway. Um, everywhere you go, like you open up a door, there's a claymore there. You even open up a door, there's someone there with an LMG. You open up any type of door, and everyone across the map knows where you are. Like it's crazy, like how much they decided to just completely mess with the formula of COD. And the only reason this game even sold is just because of the fact that it has the name Modern Warfare. Like if this had like I don't know some other type of name to it,
like
like
if
Ghost, like
yeah, if,
Ghost Two. If it was
yeah,
Ghost
Ghost
Two,
2, yeah.
no one would buy it. Like the Activision might as well just file for bankruptcy at that point because no one would want to buy it.
Yeah.
And then if they did a completely different title, because like you got Ghost and Infinite Warfare, both new IPs. If they did a third one afterwards, I don't think anybody would have really cared. But you got to get Captain Price in there. You got to mention Soap and Gaz and all that. You're going to have Modern Warfare 2 coming out in 2021 or 2022, whatever the fuck that's coming out. So you're just hoping for the best. But man, this game sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's
This game
really
really
not good.
sucks. Yeah, this is the multiplayer where I have the least amount of time played. I think I only have like 2 or 3 hours, but those 2 or 3 hours are like from, I don't know, like 7 or 8 different sessions of me trying to play this game again. The last time I think I played the multiplayer was when Hard Hat came out, and just the way they even changed that map was like disgusting. Like didn't do the map justice. Might as well have just been playing like a new series, like not even Call of Duty. I just like I usually explain how you can find similarities in Call of Duty 4 to Black Ops 4, but there's just like no similarities or similarities in like gunplay and whatever. But there's just like Modern Warfare 2019 is just so different that it just does not feel like a Call of Duty at all. Um, I think because it has the name Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I'm so harsh on it because this is a Call of Duty multiplayer tier list. That's why I'm being so hard on it. It just every time I've tried to play, I've just no fun, absolutely no fun. Even in Advanced Warfare, when we did the race, our first session was 5 hours. So obviously, I had some enjoyment out of that, but there's no way I can play Modern Warfare multiplayer for 5 hours. Not even like 2 hours. Um, an hour might even be pushing it. But yeah, Warzone, like Tally mentioned, definitely saved this game. Got a lot more players playing it because it's free. But with that, there's a lot more hackers in this because of the crossover with PC. But there have been some sessions of playing Warzone for, I think the longest was like 4 hours. Me, Tally, Friendly, and Renell had a little bit of a role for a week or two playing this together. So yeah, I do find enjoyment out of Warzone. I actually have not played it in a while. I kind of want to get back into it. Uh, Still haven't got a dub, but it's still pretty fun. Um, but yeah, the multiplayer is just a different story. It's it's just I don't know, man. Like I'm starting to think like all these gameplays on YouTube are just so like just either fake or just all reverse boosted
Oh,
or
you know they are.
yeah,
There's no
they
way.
are. Like, because every time I play, like, I don't even have a good KD in this game. I think I have like a 1.3, but it seems like all the 1.3 KD players are like 4 KD players in all of the other Call of Duties. Like, they're just straight tryhards. And
Like, yeah, I have a 1.7 or something like that, and it's like one of the lowest, if not. Well, actually, it might be the second lowest. I don't know if it's lower than Modern Warfare 2,
yeah.
but like, holy shit, man!
Oh,
Like,
and
it
the
honestly feels like every time I go against anybody in any gunfight, I can smell the G fuel on the other side. It's that bad, and I can already like also feel the intensity in the way they play because like, oh man, the amount of sweat people put in this game is incredible, and it's really an embarrassment. That's the best way I can describe this game. It's just an absolute embarrassment.
and the maps are so forgettable.
Yep.
I can't honestly, I couldn't name 3 maps.
Okay.
I can only name Piccadilly because that's a fun word to say,
Yeah.
and it's arguably the worst map in all of Call of Duty.
Yep.
Um, I'm not even gonna count like Hard Hat Rust. I'm counting like straight
Like
in
new
Yeah,
new map.
new maps, like the maps that came with the game. I can only think of Piccadilly and something cave.
Aziar Cave, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
yes, the cave, whatever. And like I'm not this is not even a bit. Like I actually cannot think of a third map. This game, oh man, like this or maybe no, that one deal Strike House. Is that the map?
Shoot House.
Shoot House. Yeah, see, I couldn't even think of it. Like I don't know, this game is just it's somehow I don't know, it's like somehow one of the most popular Call of Duties, but it's like the shittiest. I don't know. I think it's definitely just the Modern Warfare name. No one would pick this up if this was called Ghost 2.
Nope.
Nope. Um yeah, so do you have anything to add to any of these Call of Duties? I'll
Um,
finish up here.
I just pray that the next COD is not anywhere below bearable. I want it to be at least bearable. I don't want it to be disgusting. MW3 Clans in 2020, Advanced Warfare sucks, or Battle Rain Field 6. I don't want it to be in any of those categories. I don't think it will be anywhere close to BO1 because nothing's going to come close to that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, it's also just funny to see, like, just the OG CODs. Like, oh man, there's just so many in a row. Like, COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, all in like the higher tier ones. Then you got Black Ops 1 and then Modern Warfare 3. Like, oh god.
Yeah, all the new gens are just like all the new gens are just like at bearable and under. AC-130 and the best are all like all in a row, like
Simple
COD 4.
back then.
Yeah, it was a lot simpler times. But yeah, that concludes our Call of Duty tier list. I did not think this was gonna take as long as it actually did. We're coming up at like an hour 17 18 minutes.
Jesus.
I thought it was gonna be like a quick conversation.
No, nostalgia is a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
And also talking about Modern Warfare, it can get my blood boiling.
Yeah, that was the long one at the end there. Yeah, I really thought this was gonna be like 20 minutes. We're gonna spend like a minute on each one, but
nope.
No, there was a lot to talk about for all the Call of Duties here. Some more than others. We had a lot more time played in some of these older Call of Duties than these newer gen CODs. But let's just hope and pray that the new Call of Duty coming out is at least bearable or up. It is rumored to be Call of Duty Cold War, so and it's gonna be a Treyarch game, right?
Yes, Treyarch is supposed to be the main developer, but it's supposed to be Sledgehammer, a different IP. But things have gotten a little bit chaotic, to say the least.
Okay, yeah. So I'm hoping it plays like I'm really hoping it kind of plays like a Black Ops 1, like a Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 kind of deal. But knowing the trend with these newer Call of Duties,
probably not.
Yeah, probably not. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you agree with this list? Do you disagree? Why do you disagree? This is official Call of Duty multiplayer tier list. This should be the one and only tier list. Our opinions are fact, really. So if you question it, then you're just wrong. All right. So but still let us know. What is your favorite Call of Duty? What is your least favorite? So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Enemy MCLA, and can you do it? Can you do it?
Am I supposed to do it?
Yeah, you're supposed to do it.
No. And I'm Tally. I think last time I checked, I think that's my name.
Yeah, I think that's his name. His channel is in the description down below. Check out his channel. He posts a wide variety of Call of Duty gameplay, mostly hub stomping gameplay of him doing really good. Surprisingly, happens once in a blue moon. So
Tell me
again,
about it.
so again, check out his channel. It's in the description. Subscribe to his channel, like his videos, and if you like this video, why haven't you liked it already? Didn't you enjoy it? You should maybe click the like button. So again, for the millionth time, hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Peace.
Bye.